Gloomy weather greets us, and it looks like the weather front has finally caught up as we push to make Alice Springs today. Sorry about the having a bad hair day today.
Me too.
Because we can't. We don't even know whether we took a photo of our camp last night.
No, we didn't because it was too dark.
It was too dark when we got there, and we ended up on one of them, just a road stop, and it was just a lay-by on the side of the road.
A bitumen lay-by, yes.
But yeah, we'd had enough. So at 7:45 we left Warburton, and we got there at about 6:30. So it's a bit of a pain because there's nowhere to, once you leave Docker River, you're not permitted to camp anywhere on the side of the road. There's big warnings and no entry signs and things, but anyway.
We did try ringing Yulara.
Yulara, we did, yeah, but they just went with a voice message to say, if you haven't booked, don't bother coming. We're just admiring the actual the view. So it's overcast, and it's going to be for a few days. When we got fuel band of precipitation that is heading across the continent. Supposedly it's going to drop a reasonable amount of rain on the east coast when it gets there. Hopefully not too much in the central. Clouds are really soft. Yeah, the greens are greens and the browns are browns. The bitumen's black, which we don't mind today after yesterday. So we're just yabbering now as we're trying to get up on the top of the hill so you can see what it is that we're actually talking about. But it's just, yeah, it's just amazing. It's sort of, I guess maybe we never took notice of it before, but I think just the red dirt on the side of the road, and you've got this light grey, morbid looking sky, but it's soft as well. But we're on our way to Alice Springs, so hopefully we can get into the McDonald Range Caravan Park, which is the Big Four. We've stayed there before a couple of times, and it is really, really nice. So we're hoping we can get in. It's just tongue-in-cheek, because obviously the amount of people that are travelling domestically could be an issue. And we're going to have a couple of days. We just need to chill for a couple of days, a couple of little repair things. I'm going to try and get the car serviced if I can. It's a little over now. Look at me, I'm clean. Oh, this feels so nice. Nice, cold, coolish shower and some clean threads. A new man. Still need a bit of a grooming, but yeah, not too bad. Feel much better.
So we're checked in at the McDonald Range Caravan Park, the Big Four, in Alice Springs.
This is where we wanted to stay.
Yes. They had sites for us, so that wasn't a problem. So now we're off to Bunnings, I believe.
Yeah, we've got a couple of little minor repair things that we need to do. One of the covers over the gas pipe was shattered, so I've got to replace that. The pins, the lights are a bit intermittent on the trailer, so we'll clean that up. Just give that a bit of a touch along. Other than that, check wheel nuts and bits and pieces, but we're just going up to Bunnings and the supermarket now, and ARB, because we've broken the catch on the fridge. The chances of them having one are pretty slim, but you never know if you don't ask.
No, that's right.
And then we decide tomorrow
Which way home?
which way home. Yeah. Completed the Great Central Road, so that's another line that we can be put on the map.
Although it is not raining at the moment, but as we said earlier, I think we did, that there's a front coming through.
And it's
So-
certainly threatening.
Yes.
Oh, excuse me. It looks very much like rain. Anywhere else in the country, I guess it would be raining, but because they don't get any rain here, and the clouds just petering over, it's sort of looked like it lightened up, and in fact, it does look a little bit lighter out to the west. So maybe it's the back end of it or the top end of it. Well, only time will tell.
Okay, catch you later.
Once back at the caravan park, I took care of the breakdowns and Liz took care of the washing. I think that's a fair trade. We had some visitors drop in. These Australian ringneck parrots were looking for an easy meal. I've got to tell you, it's one of the coldest days I think I've had for a long time.
Since we left Kitty. No,
No, that's not true. No, that's not right.
freaking a long time.
Even with the coat on, it's been raw. It rained last night. Sorry, let me go back. So we're in Alice Springs, and where are we? What's the date?
23rd? 22nd.
22nd, 23rd of June, and there's a weather front that's come right across. Yeah, no, I was out standing in the sun a minute ago, but there wasn't any heat in it. So
And then again.
we're in Alice Springs, and this band of cloud, a band of weather has gone right across the whole continent. We woke to like pitter patter, a little bit of rain. And then as the night went on, it got heavier and heavier. We got some reasonable falls here. So, yeah, it's just been so raw. It's been overcast. We can actually see the hill up behind part of the McDonald Range, where the caravan park where we are. And it's just been raw. I don't know. I don't know what the temperatures were, but I reckon it's probably gone from about 7 degrees to 9 degrees all day. As you can see, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 layers on. I'm about to drag the beanie. I've got a little Captain Morgan spice rum just to try and warm the cockles up, and we're having spag bowl tonight for tea. So that'll be cool. That'll help to warm the soul a little bit. Yeah. Well, tomorrow we head further east towards Brisvegas, and it's the forecast not too good either. So we're going to follow the back of this front for the next 3 or 4 or 5 days, whatever it takes to go home. The only thing that has upset our plans a little bit because of the weather, we can't get any weather reports through the Sandover and that way. So we are going to take the plenty, and we've done that before. So unless sort of something interesting happens, we'll have a few photos and we'll shoot a bit of vid.
Stop over.
We might even stop over, yeah. We're not in any tear and hurry, so we're not going to leave that early. We might find somewhere nice to camp, so we can have a nice fire and chill a steak on the cast iron plate on the fire, and just soak up the last of our few days. All right. Well, looks like past the water's boiling, so I better get to it before the boss comes. See ya. As the afternoon went on, the weather cleared, which was a recipe for a bloody heavy frost that night.
Morning, John.
It's,
What a chilly night it was last night.
it was just a horrible day.
It was a raw day yesterday, which is why I think we were cold.
We just never warmed up. We just kept putting the players on when we first got up, and it was overcast, that weather front, and it just didn't get any warmer all day.
No, it did clear just at tea time. You could see the sun was just trying to shine through. And we saw the full moon last night.
Yeah, we did. But then we knew that it's probably going to be cold, and in fact there was a frost.
So for the first time this trip we actually were softies, and we got the hot water bottles out to warm the bed up. Because I did not pack my winter liner this trip, which I normally do.
So our plans have been somewhat changed, and we know that you need to be flexible when you're doing, particularly this year, because it's what's open, what's not open, access and things like that. But yeah, I don't know whether we mentioned it yesterday, but we did get an awful lot of rain north of here. So we go better the devil we know than the one we don't know. So we're going to just make our way along the Plenty Highway today, and it's sort of, for once we're not in a hurry. So it's now like it's 9:30, and we're just leaving Alice. So we're going to, hopefully we'll find a nice little camp somewhere off the side of the road, somewhere 2 o'clock-ish, something like that, 2:33, and make a little camp for the night, have a fire, some tea. So yeah, that's about where we're at. But it's nice, the sun's shining. It's always a bit of a tundrum, I suppose is the word, when you turn and head east, because it means you're heading home. But we've still had a few days, and there's some things we want to have a look at on the way home, similar to on the way out. We've always been in a hurry to get to sort of certain destinations, and we stopped at things that we'd normally driven straight past. So we're going to do the same. Do the same going home. I wouldn't mind going back to the the Walsing Matilda Centre in where's that?
Winton.
Winton.
Yep, Winton.
Because last time we were there, it was burnt down not long after we were there, so it's all been refurbed and redone. So looking forward to having a look at that. So it's just things like that we're not in a screaming hurry. Alright.
So we're just going to enjoy this lovely sun shining through the front windscreen. And we'll catch you all later.
See ya.
Bye.
Well, when we're out in the outback, travelling these outback roads, navigation is always important. So I have my trusty compass and a map, but you can also use one of those. Now we have a dilemma. It's heard on the radio that the Plenty Highway is closed, or it'll be closed for a couple of days. So we're in a quandary as to what to do, because if we keep going up and go around, it's going to take sort of 3 days to get to the same point, or do we just sit it out? So we're going to drive to Gemtree Caravan Park, which we've stayed at before, and see if we can get some sort of update. An update. So we've arrived at Gemtree, and what we heard was right. So the Harts Mountains police station has closed the road. They expect it to be open by the weekend. Well, today's Thursday. That's Saturday. So it's going to take us basically 3 days to drive from here around the long way. So we're just going to wait and sit it out. So we've booked in for 2 nights. We're going to go in Fossick for some zircon
tomorrow
morning. Last time we were here, we went and did the garnets. So,
which we got a few.
and we did get a few, didn't we? Yeah. And then zircons, and then hopefully we'll make a call to the police station, and they can be able to give us an update from there. So yeah, we might as well just chill out here. We can have a fire. Old mate's going to put us on a spot so I can run the Jenny, just to keep the batteries topped up, keep that freezer going, and we'll be good to go. Well, this is the area that Wednesdays and Saturdays they do a roast. Fire up the coals over there on the shelf. Put the camp ovens up there. That's the serving table. They do the spuds in those cookers, and then then there's a lovely little area just to the east of that. They got a little bar in there that they fire up, and then in there, and then they show a little picture show which we saw last time we were here. Today's Saturday, and we've been stuck here for a couple of days for this road to open, so we're hopefully, well, all indications are that it's now open. Those vehicles came through yesterday, so we packed up bright and early. The time we got in the car it was actually 3 degrees. Oh, it's chilly willy. Yeah, so that's the screen up there, you can see. Whoop. Focus. There we go. There's the screen up there that they play the projector on, and all good. A bloody great place. We do enjoy staying here. And that's the historic museum that we've got a story we did on one of our other trips through here, the Parrots on Kew. It's the old Mount Riddoch homestead. There was a few details of that in the last trip that we did out this way. An interesting bloody place. And it's got all the history of the area. Bloody great that they save this sort of stuff for us to understand and appreciate. And there's the old Mount Riddoch station and the homestead in its situ.
Here we have John setting up the solar blanket on the chairs. There we go.
Catch some rays.
Catch some rays. And he's going to plug it into just down here. New system in here.
We followed our guide to the zircon fields, which is located off the Binns track around 10 kilometres from Gemtree. We set up and watched intently as we were shown what we needed to do to uncover one of these little trinkets. Well, we haven't had to encounter too many of these this trip, but as usual, Liz is on the gate and doing a sensational job. We picked and shook for a good 3 hours in an effort to make our fortune. I think it's just an excuse to get travellers exercising.
That's better.
We did, however, pick up a few small pieces.
Hang on. go. Get up. No, it's green. That was the only one that was there that I could see. Oh, there's one. Yeah, that's one. You see that?
Yeah.
Beautiful. There's two.
There is an old abandoned mica mine that unfortunately hit the underground water table and it flooded.
Yeah, you don't know how much deeper that is. Oh, that's one other one. Yeah. Oh,
And what do they use mica for?
well, I think they're using toasters and chili litter and all sorts of stuff.
Okay. It's an old mica mine.
Right.
And they hit the water table.
Filled in.
Never been dry. That's reasonably high actually, that water table, because we're up on the hill anyway. Yeah, I don't know how deep it is yet. Yeah.
Now, I don't know if this is going to pick it up, but that's mica, the glittering stuff.
Right. On the way back we stopped for some more firewood as the nights were now extremely chilly. You can have your zircon valued at the caravan park, which we did, and it looks like we're all heading back to work in a couple of weeks. There you go, there's the shed with all the mining gear in it that they lend out when you go and do your tour.
Morning, John.
Morning, Liz. What a morning it's been.
Well, yes, it has. We left Gemtree this morning with the presumption that the road, the Plenty Highway, was open. We got past the Harts Range Police Station. 95 k's, I think it was, until we bitumen, and then we got to a road close sign in the middle of the road. So we didn't want to do the wrong thing. And as you can see, there's water lying on the side of the road, so we turned around and went back to the Harts Police Station.
We spoke to the guys at the roadworks to see if they had any sort of update, and as far as they were concerned, the road was still closed.
So we did that. We went, left a message at the police station because they were shut. So then we rang the Alice Springs Police Station, and they said to check the NT road report. So he gave me a phone number for that, and we checked the NT road report, and it said as of the 26th, which is today, at 10:30, the Plenty Highway was open to four-wheel drive high clearance vehicles. But there is, to take it easy because there's damage done to the road. So we are proceeding. And as you can see, there is water still lying in some patches of the road.
So it'll be a slow old day, sort of given the conditions. So
Yes.
Bullia will be out of the question now because it's 11:30 anyway. If we can get to Tobermory, that'll be nearly the border, and that'll do us. But anyway, we'll just have to see how we go. There's still quite a bit of lying water.
And From Boulia to the Queensland border is also open today to four-wheel drive high clearance vehicles, according to the Alice Springs Police Station. So that is what we are doing. Anyway, we're going to just poodle along at a slow rate, and we'll catch up with you guys at a later date. Bye.
The worst of the conditions were on the Alice Springs side, with small patches continuing on into the afternoon. Sorry we didn't film much today, as the focus was on getting to Tobermory. The road was quite nasty in places. What were bulldust pits 5 days ago are now massive pits of red sludgy mud. I've got to say we were pretty happy when we saw the sign to Tobermory. Say today was a bit of a challenge is an understatement, but as we sit back and enjoy a beverage as the sun sinks below the horizon, there's a small part in both of us that says, shit, that was fun. In the next episode, we continue to make our way east towards the coast, but there's still some fun and laughs to be had. So stay safe, see you soon, and remember, don't let the dust settle.